There are a lot of agents out there that don't care. Those are not the agents that are going to be best representing the client.
So they literally need that agent to take them through the process.
Having that communication from start to finish is very important.
That's actually something that you have to kind of break through the wall with.
Today's episode is one you can't miss. We're unlocking a game-changing piece of your real estate puzzle, title and escrow reimagined. Joining us are Nancy Marsden, CEO of OneReal Title, and Taylor Conley, VP of Sales and Marketing, along with industry leaders David Keener and Sierra Swartz from Premier Group at Real Brokerage. They're revealing how OneReal Title has evolved in just 6 months into a tech-forward, agent-focused partner that's reshaping closings. We're talking seamless integrations, fast problem-solving, and why switching title partners might be your smartest move this year. If you're ready to scale and keep more of your commissions, let's get unlocked.
Hi, I'm Nancy Marsden. I am the CEO of OneReal Title, and today we are here with Taylor Conley, our VP of Sales and Marketing.
Hey everyone, nice to be here. We are super excited to talk a little bit about OneReal Title today. We are joined by some of our partners, the Premier Group. We have Dave and Sierra. I'll let them give a little intro on themselves.
Hey, I'm David Keener. I'm the CEO of the Premier Group at Real Broker.
I'm Sierra Swartz. I'm the Executive Director of Premier Group at Real Broker as well.
Awesome. Thank you guys. We're super excited to kind of dive into OneReal Title and how this partnership has changed over the life cycle with us and really talk about some of the wins that we've had together. Here at OneReal Title, we have made so many changes from an operational standpoint just within the last 6 months alone. We hear your feedback and we want to grow to be the best we can be for Real. Just a few operational changes that we have made on our side is just some new processes to improve that customer service. We have dedicated state leads who are local and experienced in the title industry, new leadership staff, including a new CEO, VP of Title Operations, and 2 directors for the East and West Coast. We have expanded over 3 new states within the last 6 months, which is super exciting. And now we want to hear a little bit about the partnership that we have grown to love with the Premier Group and OneReal Title. If you guys can hit on some of that feedback and what working with us means to you.
Well, I do want to point out before you guys give your feedback that Premier Group is one of the largest real estate agent partner teams out there, right? And Dave has grown that. So we chose Dave and Sierra to join us here today because I will personally say that Dave has been, and Sierra has been, the biggest cheerleaders for us since they gave me a chance when I walked through the door. So I want to thank you both, first off, and then go ahead and tell us some of the things that you've witnessed in the last couple of months.
Well, yeah, I mean, Premier is definitely a larger organization. We actually span 26 different states, about 300 agents, and we actually have joint ventures with OneReal Title in 5 different entities, 3 exclusive states, a partnership that spans multiple states, and another one in process. So yeah, we're really excited about that. In regards to how it's been, we've been with OneReal Title for almost a year now. And I will be honest, you know, in the beginning, there were some bumps and we took some bruises and a level of service, quite frankly, that needed to be improved. However, I think it was February of this year, something like that. A new cast of characters came in and some major upgrades to the infrastructure, the people, the personnel. And I'm here to tell you it's been 6 months and it's a different company. To be totally candid, and now it's something we're actually very proud to hang our hat on in terms of a great partnership. What do you think, Sierra?
I agree 100%. I can definitely say we weren't always cheerleaders, but since Nancy came aboard, she has made so many changes and really heard us. And I think that was really important. I have not personally worked with a title entity that really listened, really asked for feedback, and then took action immediately. So that was something that was important to us. And it really is a partnership. She has shaken some things up here in the last 6 months and made a lot of changes. And it's just been excellent to see. And we're happy to be a part of it.
So all the time through everything that I've tried to implement here, Dave will get a Slack and say, I need 5 minutes. I need 10 minutes. I need your opinion. So that partnership, I think, has been amazing. Sierra has gone out and, you know, hey, I got this person. I'm going to introduce you. How hard is it to, because I can only assume I'm here. I represent OneReal Title. I love OneReal Title. How hard is it to throw your name out there with the size of your team and your reputation to say, this is the title company I want you guys to partner with?
Yeah, it's definitely always a challenge because let's face it, agents have preferences. They have relationships with other title entities, lenders. I mean, the full gamut from inspectors, the list is long. So yeah, asking a team, hey guys, let's give this a shot. For them to do so has been a challenge, to say the least, but they have. And it's only taken a few opportunities for them to actually witness and experience this improvement that's happened or occurred over the last 6 months. The rest is history. As long as the support is there, the service is there, and more importantly, there's a good rapport and relationship with the entity, you guys, that you're open to feedback and improvements, the rest has been easy to do. All it takes is a few leaders within our organization to give it a shot, and then they echo literally throughout our organization before you know it, they're adopting. And what better way is there to build our very own brokerage up than with our very own title company? And again, we have a joint venture with OneReal Title, so that makes things easier as well.
I think it's hard for agents. Yeah, I think it's hard for agents to make a change if they're already working with a title company, even if they're not getting great service. Change is hard, right? So they put up with a lot. And I know because I was one of those agents for a long time. That's, just if they take the opportunity to take a moment and try something new, they might realize it's such a better layout, such a better partnership, and just move forward, from that point on. But again, you have to see it. And so you got to take the opportunity.
I'll add in another thing, and that's the fact that we're part of Real, which is quite frankly, a technology company. And it's amazing what they're doing, building in integrations with their title company, which is going to be a part of the ecosystem of being an agent here at this brokerage. Basically ease of use, which makes ease of adoption, and it encourages the use of. Being able to see all the title policies, or your clients go through this, and then they have OneReal Mortgage, for example, too. We're literally able to take our clients from A to Z, from getting pre-approved to servicing them, getting them into the right home, or selling their existing one, all the way to the closing table with title and escrow. So they're doing a really good job incorporating that into their DNA, their culture, and the company.
I think it's great because I know from previous, when I have a relationship with my agents, I take the phone call, I listen to what they have to say, and there's no waiting around for the answers that you need. And I think one of the things I always say about a title company is we're only as good as our last settlement. So everybody has to be at the top of their game all the time, right? So that is one of the things I always say. At the end of the day, when people walk out the door, they don't remember who the title clerk was. They remember who the agent is. And the agents are not going to continue to risk their referrals and their clients if you can't perform at the settlement table. I've really tried to push that. And Taylor, have you seen that culture kind of rise up through OneReal at this point?
Yes. I mean, I'm having really great conversations with new potential partners every day within Real. And that's one thing that we're hitting on, is that we have to be, your partner in business, not just someone you do business with. Having that communication from start to finish is very important to us.
So Dave, when you have what we're going to now refer to, I think we're going to refer to it as this. I'm not sure because I'm still working with marketing, but we have, when you use title, you're in the Real brokerage and you use mortgage, it's either going to be a trifecta deal or a power play deal. What would the benefits of that be? Besides what you just said, would you find that it's easier to do that? And your clients, do they come picking a title company usually?
No, it's very rare that they have. Most clients aren't that familiar with the whole process. I mean, let's face it, the average time frame is every 7 years you buy a home. That's not committed to muscle memory. You know what I mean? So they literally need that agent to take them through the process. And obviously, if they're doing a good job establishing a good rapport and trust and credibility, being able to explain what it is to get pre-approved and the process of buying or selling a home all the way to the closing table, which is our responsibility, then they're going to trust who we recommend as well to provide the highest, greatest, best level service.
Sierra, if you had a client and you had to pick the perfect title agent, what would they look like?
The perfect title agent, that would be someone who was open to educating me, because as an agent, I want to know enough about title to be dangerous, right? I want to understand what's on a settlement statement. There are a lot of agents out there that don't care. Those are not the agents that are going to be best representing the client. It's the agent that really wants to partner with title and their rep and say, what does this mean? I see the pre-title work. I have some questions. And you guys have been so great about providing that education when we ask and when we need it. So that's been really helpful. I think that would be my ideal representative for sure.
Let me jump in. It's that individual that you can call at any moment and get the assistance that you need. And you know the person. It's not a random number. It's not a different person attached to the file. It's your go-to person. That is so critically important. I mean, that's why a lot of people have the relationships, with lenders and whatnot, because they're usually a lot of times local and whatnot. But title, same thing. They need that go-to person who's gonna, jump in. And let's face it, I mean, deals go upside down sometimes. And title and escrow, there's no better relationship to have to fix things while the minutes are ticking away and everyone's, running towards that closing date, getting those keys.
I was just going to leave you with this. I really want to reiterate our big vision for OneReal Title as we grow across, multiple states in the near future. We really want to become that premier title and settlement service provider in our targeted markets that recognize us for delivering the seamless, secure, transparent, and that tech-driven closing experience within the brokerage that we empower our agents and our business partners to succeed in the future.
Can we ask you some questions?
Sure.
All right. Nancy, so you've been here 6 months. What are the plans for OneReal Title? I mean, we've been able to see what you were able to do over the last 6 months. What's the next 6 months have in store for us?
So short term, we are working on building the relationships within the states, building local teams. So I have said this since day one. When you're calling me from, North Carolina to ask me a question and your title clerk is sitting in California, that doesn't work, right? So I've really tried to build local teams. We are trying to get some of the things off of the EO's plate. That is really my next goal because they're really doing everything start to finish. And we're looking at ways to offboard order opening and those kind of things, which are non-client facing roles. And that way, this isn't to, lower our staff. This is so they have time to focus on the agents. Since I came to Real and nowhere else that I've been have I seen this as I've seen it here. When Tamir says that he is agent focused and that we are here to service the agents, we are here to make their lives easier, like he means that. And so I've taken that seriously and I'm looking at ways for my team to be able to service the agents better. And I believe the way to do that is to free up some of their time and make them available. We are going to be opening in a couple more markets over the next 6 months. And then going forward, we're going to target at least three new markets a year for the next 5 years. We are looking at all of the different states and where it makes sense to go first. And I will tell you, nothing is written in stone. We've had to move the dates up on some because we've had such amazing interest in people wanting to use our services. I have said this and I'll repeat it. I came here and I was given a foundation that I could fit a 1-bedroom condo on. Looking at Real, you can see that we have the ability to build a skyscraper here. And so that's what we're doing over this next 6 months is that foundation is going to get very strong and we are going to start to build that skyscraper. And Dave, because you've been a part of this with me, we're going to start with California. We were not planning on doing anything with California this year. And because of the enthusiasm that you've shown and the people that you've gotten us in touch with and the ask, now it's moved up. It's coming like this year. So I appreciate those things when people bring them to my attention, like we're really interested in partnering with you. Can you move it up? I want to work with the agents. I want to make their life easier. And we've kind of gotten the staff part, the customer service part to a good point where we can start to focus on the opening of the markets and really starting to build that skyscraper.
Can you go into a little detail? We know firsthand what the benefits are to agents that use OneReal Title. Can you go into a little detail? Is title a commodity? And the answer is no, but a lot of people look at it that way. Okay. What's the difference between using OneReal Title and the other title entities that are out there? What do the agents get other than this awesome level of service that you guys have incorporated? What else? What other tools or value proposition elements are there out there from OneReal Title?
Sure. I can kind of hit on this one a little bit. OneReal Title is a tech-driven title company. So we have proprietary tech within the brokerage and to integrate the transaction to the agent's dashboard or reason. So they're going to have that seamless visibility from start to finish. One-on-one communication with your escrow officer every step of the way. That is going to give the top-notch service. We also have the flexibility of being remote. So we can close anywhere, anytime at the location of your client's choosing. This is a big one for sellers moving out of state. This is a big one for even international. This is a big one for, buyers who need to sign at their work at the end of the office. So that is the flexibility we really sell as an advantage to the agents. And we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that already alone. We do have resources as well for our agents. We have our in-house quoting tool with up to 11 different calculators that they can use on the go at their fingertips. If you're going to a listing appointment, I need a seller net sheet ASAP. I need a title quote. I need a buyer estimate. Should they rent or should they buy? What's going to net them more in this market? That's ready for you with your state's fees integrated in to the platform already. So you're getting a precise breakdown.
Let me say something. You hit on something that was actually terrifying to a lot of agents, and that's the whole remote closing, the mobile closing. That's actually something that you have to kind of break through the wall with a lot of agents that have that title entity down the street or down the road. And it's really funny. It was the people that were most resistant at first, like, I just like going into the office. I want to sit at the table and I want to shuffle the paperwork and watch the merry-go-round of signatures and things like that. But they give it a first try. And they go through that remote, whether it's Zoom or it's at a coffee shop or wherever it might be, or an office. It can be in an office as well. They go through that experience, say, wow, I'm so glad I did that. Now they can't imagine doing anything different. And let's face it, today's generation, everything's remote. This is where it's going, and people almost expect it. You know what I mean? It's almost invasive to ask them to come into an office right now. They want to be able to do it remote.
I think that's true. Yeah, we had, before 2020, I sat in an office every day. I've been doing, I started out typing legal descriptions, to be honest with you. And I became a closer. And I always sat at the table, buyers and sellers. It was very rare that we had a seller asking for a deed package. So it was hard for me to get to that point where I'm like, what do you mean we're not sitting at the table? We're not talking about trash pickup and, where does the bus drop the kids off? But now it has become the norm. We also have a contract with Regis offices all throughout the United States. So if we do have that agent and or the buyer or the seller who wishes to sit at a table and have that settlement experience, we're able to do that in every location across the country.
Any closing comments?
Flexibility is key.
What is that?
It really is. Because some agents, I'm delayed, aren't I?
Mary.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I'm like, why is no one responding? Yeah, flexibility, I think, is the key thing here, is really having the ability to have, that closing anywhere. So if they do want it in person, great. If they want it mobile, great. It's all what's best for the client. And we're all about serving the agent and the client. So I think that's huge.
Do you find this next generation, like the younger millennials and Gen Z, like that's going to be the way of the future, that they're just going to want to make it as easy as possible?
Absolutely. Easy button.
I'm going to lump myself in with that group. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, There's no doubt about it. I would definitely do a Zoom all day than driving into some downtown office or whatever, I like this.
Yeah.
I do too. I think it's different though, Dave. Like I think Real is a tech-driven company. And I think that a lot of the stuff that is done makes the process for the agents a lot easier and better. But for us, I feel like with your title company, you still need a human relationship. Yeah. I feel that with us, you still need to be able to say, you know what? I have Nancy's cell phone number. I know it's 10 o'clock on Saturday night, but my client is losing their mind and I'm going to text her. You still need that person to answer. And so I think we do pride ourselves, and we will always pride ourselves on having that service available to our agents. And don't text the EOs. Text me. I'll answer.
Having that contact person is empowering for the agent too, right? Their confidence goes up. They know that they got someone that has their back. So definitely important.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I'll say I'm really excited about what the future holds. Again, we want to continue down this path. We definitely want to see OneReal title grow. Obviously, again, we have a vested interest in it, but we're also shareholders of Real, and that's something that we have to mention too. So again, the more title policies, the more adoption that we get, we all benefit. The company, our company benefits, and that's a good thing. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing where you take this, in your first anniversary here. I think it's going to continue to evolve, and the expansion into the other states and markets. I'm really excited about that and love being a part of this journey with you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sierra.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Wow, that was a masterclass in turning challenges into innovation. Huge thanks to Nancy, Taylor, David, and Sierra for showing how OneReal Title is redefining true partnership for agents inside the real ecosystem. From local support to remote closings and tech-forward solutions, the future of title is all about flexibility, transparency, and agent empowerment. If you're a real agent ready to level up, this is your sign to explore what OneReal Title can do for your business. This is Leo, signing off from Perspectives Unlocked. Dream big. Innovate boldly. The future of real estate is yours to build.